Good morning, love. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of How to Die with the Funeral Guy. I am your host, the hostess with the ghostess, dead man's best friend. My mama called me Head, but you can call me whatever you like. So today's episode is brought to you by Cindy's List Funeral Concierge and Inheritance Protection, where they save you the time, money, and emotional cost of planning for and purchasing a funeral. You can go to their website at www.cindysListLLC.com. That's CINDYSLISTLLC.com. You can reach them at 724-624-9297. Got them out the way. Welcome to another episode, y'all. How to Die with the Funeral Guy. I am the Funeral Guy. In today's episode, we want to actually talk to you about an organization that we support. So, Cindy's List is a proud supporter of the Minority Burial Grounds Preservation Network. And what this organization does is actually assist other community organizations that are tasked with restoring our cemeteries and preserving our history. So, and maintaining the sacred burial spaces and cultures of minority cemeteries and burial spaces. So what they do is essentially they restore our cemeteries and preserve our history. Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of history in cemeteries. So, you know, a lot of us grow up, you know, we move away, you know, we explore the world, but we forget that, you know, our loved ones are still buried at home. Quite honestly, don't nobody care about our loved ones like we do. I mean, they don't. I mean, there are people that do. I mean, which is why, you know, you have those churches and those nonprofits that go out and cut the grass, or the Boy Scouts that go out there and pick up the trash. You know what I mean? But why aren't we doing that for us? You know what I mean? So what we found is that, you know, in particularly minority cemeteries. So. Other cemeteries are nice, they manicured, the headstones are all put together, you know, they're nicely shaded, you know what I mean? There's a walking trail and all that good stuff. But if you go to our cemeteries, man, there's 40 ounces everywhere, trash sprinkled everywhere, the grass is overgrown, the headstones have disappeared under weeds. So, and I'm not blaming anybody, you know what I mean? All I'm saying is that we need to do better. So we support the Minority Burial Grounds Preservation Network. So they are literally bringing in organizations and teams of people so that the cemeteries are maintained perpetuity, you know what I mean? Forever, you know what I mean? So they partner with other organizations in the community so that, you know, so the Minority Burial Ground Preservation Network, then you have another nonprofit in the community, let's just say Project Respect. So Project Respect has been taking care of this cemetery for X amount of years, right? But, you know, the people that have been taking care of it, they're getting old, you know what I mean? They've been doing it for the past 20 years for free, you know what I mean? Because they have family there, you know what I mean? Because they live in that community, because they want to see this, the cemetery restored and the history preserved. You know what I mean? There are stories and lives and families in that cemetery, you know what I mean? In our cemeteries. So they've been doing it for this long. You know, they're getting sick, they're getting old. So what the Minority Burial Ground Preservation does is actually he comes in and picks up and helps them complete the task. So they go out and find you know, people in the organization that can cut the grass, or in the community that can cut the grass. They'll find people in the community that can maintain the headstones. They'll find people in the community that can, you know, pick up the trash every week. So that like this one organization is not handling everything by themselves. Like we do it together. You know what I mean? So and because we have a whole network of folks that we can tap into, or that they can tap into, anything that they need is essentially at their fingertips, you know what I mean? And we're going to do everything to make sure that they have the materials and the volunteers and everything that they need to maintain that cemetery, you know what I mean? So And then they move on to the next community. Now, mind you, they're still supporting Project Respect, and then go to another community, help that community and get that cemetery back up and running and restored and our history preserved, and set up that same network that's available to them is available to them. So and so we maintain our cemeteries, we preserve our history. So it's a beautiful thing, definitely a beautiful thing. Super proud to be a part of that. The team there is amazing, a group of individuals that truly want to see the history preserved, they truly want to see these cemeteries restored, to see these stories told to the next generation, because that's who's going to have to pick it up. So we're going to have to pick it up as the next generation. We're going to have to pick up the slack where our previous generation was going out there cutting the cemetery at grandmama's or grave site, that's going out there picking up the trash at Aunt Betty's, So we have to pick up that slack. So that's where the Minority Burial Grounds Preservation Network comes in. So if you would like to be a part of it, if you would like to volunteer, if you want to give them some money, so definitely reach out to them. So it's the Minority Burial Grounds Preservation Network on Facebook. I do know that they're working on a website, so give them time. It's definitely a fairly new organization that's seen a need and wanted to do something about it to preserve our cemeteries and preserve our history. Definitely. If you don't want to be a part of it, just go back home every once in a while. Go back home. Make sure the grandmama gravesite and the cemetery that she at is just decent. If you got a lawnmower, or if Uncle Joe got a lawnmower, when you go back home, just cut it. If you got time, or hire some of the kids to cut it. So find those resources within your community to preserve your cemetery and your history, because it's our cemetery and it's our history together. So like I said, reach out to them. It's the email address is MB Minority Burial Grounds Preservation Network. So MBGP Network at Gmail. So MBGP Network at gmail.com. Or you can check them out on Facebook, Minority Burial Grounds Preservation Network. I am your host. The hostess with the ghostess, dead man's best friend. My mama called me Ed, but you can call me Cecil or whatever you like. So today's episode, again, brought to you by Cindy's List, Funeral Concierge and Inheritance Protection, where they save you the time, money, and emotional cost of planning for and purchasing a funeral. You can go to their website at www.cindyslistllc, that's CINDYSLISTLLC.com, or call them at 724-624-9297. Again, reach out to the Minority Burial Grounds Preservation Network if you would like to donate any funds or donate your time. Right on, y'all. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified of new videos that we post. So don't forget, man, restore our cemeteries. Preserve our history. Help us do that. All right, now y'all be good.